All right, broski, it's T and I'm back with another video. It's on our good friend, Coach Jason Blaha, you know who, strength and fitness. Americans are not deficient in vitamins. We have an excessive of junk in our diets. Okay, let's review this video and watch it. And you know, Coach always lies.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about one of the most absurd things that people believe, and it's just simply not true, and it's not the reason we have the health problems we have with our diets. Alright, you always hear people say, oh yeah, Americans we're deficient in vitamins and minerals. Which is ludicrous. We're actually not. I mean, I'm not saying there aren't deficiencies out there, but by and large, that deficiency compared to the rest of the world in general is lower than you would think. All right? Where you actually probably get more vitamins and minerals than people in most countries.
I wouldn't say that there were some people that are getting some more depending on their diet. But the problem with a lot of the diets are, these diets, a lot of people are eating fruits and vegetables, engineered and man-made foods, and they're anti-nutrient. That's the problem with them, and they make you insulin resistant. See what I mean? So how can you get these amino acids and these nutrients into the cell if they're anti-nutrient because of the oxalates and things, and they make you insulin resistant? See what I mean? If you're insulin resistant, you're gonna get fat. You're gonna get fat, bro. Yeah. So, and plus, here's another thing: the farmers in North America, they don't replenish the land anymore. They're deficient in minerals and vitamins. So, the vegetables that you do eat and things, and I suppose even fruit, are deficient. Yeah, there's a deficiency in there. You can taste the difference too. I mean, when I was a kid, a tomato really tasted juicy. Like, they had this really juicy taste in it. Now, when you taste them, they're completely dead. Yeah, because they're deficient. And because you're deficient and you're insulin resistant and these are anti-nutrients, you're constantly eating because you're starving. You're starving. If you're starving, you'll live longer. Starvation diets, just like they're promoting now, they say intermittent fasting, starvation diets, will make you live longer. If you starve yourself, you'll live longer. Why will you live longer if you starve yourself? Think about that. Question that. You have to question that. Why would you live longer if you're starving yourself? Remember, your body is only meant to keep you alive. Is that something you truly want to go through just to live longer, to starve yourself?
The problem is the empty junk food and garbage calories we eat, the huge amounts of just refined sugars, refined fats, refined oils. That's the problem. Now, people will say, well, because that stuff's all refined, we might not be getting enough. And that's not necessarily the case. Yes, some nutritional value is stripped and we have empty calories, but we overeat. And here's...
Yeah, you could say empty calories, empty nutrients. This guy, everything with calories, man. Never talks about nutrients.
A perfect example. Perfect example. But this sort of logic is used to sell people supplements, right? And we know the supplement industry is a scam. They're just playing off the old scam they always did with the soil depletion thing as an excuse, which, you know, I've covered before of why that actually isn't true from a nutritional deficiency perspective. All right, so here's the thing. Let's take...
Yeah, but you shouldn't be eating plants anyways. They're not really your diet. You're eating them just because they're adding more variety, because it's a business. Make money off you. You could put anything in your mouth. Does that mean you should eat that? You know what I mean?
What people might eat for fast food, right? You'll hear someone say, oh, well, that's just all junk. There's nothing in it. Let's say someone goes to a burger place, right? And they get a cheeseburger, you know, with some veggies on it. Let's say they throw lettuce, pickles, and ketchup and whatever on there, right? So there's a little bit of vegetable, okay? They get French fries with it, and maybe even a little milkshake. All right. See where I'm about to go here? Does anyone really think that there is an enormous amount of vitamins and minerals in there?
Well, there used to be, when you ate fast food, they used to do their French fries in lard. They used to boil them in lard, and lard is actually very healthy for you. And they would also use beef tallow, which is healthy for you. These are healthy fats. They have vitamin D, minerals, and vitamins in it. But when they removed it and started feeding you seed oils, doing it in seed oils, that's when havoc started to wreak havoc on your system. That's what happened. You became extremely, how should I put it, unhealthy and obese. Yeah. Plus, they keep pushing more sugar, and they've swapped real sugar in their pops for corn syrup. Corn syrup is even more poisonous than refined sugar. Yeah. They just want to poison you. Seed oils and just a bunch of stuff. Soy. Their meat's made out of soy. It's not even meat anymore. It's just a bunch of shit in there. And how should I put this? Even the bread is GMO. It's so GMO'd, the bread. The wheat is so GMO'd. The vegetables, whatever they put in there, the pickles or something, they're so deficient in nutrients. And again, they're anti nutrient because they have oxalates in them, the pickles and shit. Let's think what else. Yeah, the corn syrup and everything. It's all garbage, man. Really, in the end of the day, fast food is just completely now devoid of anything. It's just junk. That's why you're so hungry after you eat the meal there at McDonald's. You're like, shit, I could eat another 5 more of these, because your body runs off nutrients. It doesn't give a shit about the food. It just wants to absorb the nutrients. Like, you look at a steak, you're like, oh, it's a steak. It's not. It's you could put that steak through a juicer and juice the steak and literally drink the juice, and you'll be fine. Yeah, the more of that juice you drink, the less hungry you will be, because cells run off of nutrients. They don't really give a shit about the steak itself. See what I mean? Yeah, that's why people juice vegetables and fruits, because you don't need the fiber. Why the fuck do you need that fiber for? They've convinced you need fiber. Why? That's a waste product. You understand? You understand me? It's a waste product. So they drink the juice, not knowing that the juice is filled with oxalates and other toxins and poisons and things, and it's sugar. So it spikes your insulin, and the other stuff makes you it makes you deficient in nutrients. It's anti-nutrient. But here's the thing. So you have stores of nutrients because you've been eating a normal diet before you went abnormal. Everybody went crazy, vegan, whatever the fuck they're doing out there. And so your body has stored enough nutrients to carry you for quite a long time. But eventually it'll start running out of these stores, and it will allocate all over your body. It will allocate for resources. Your hair will start falling out, your nails, things that is not a necessity for it, but it will allocate things all over the place just to keep your body alive, bro. Yeah. That's why the vegans, they all drop off and become carnivores at the end.
Especially if you throw the milkshake in. My God, there's your calcium and magnesium. If that was deficient, you just got a big old load right there. All right.
Yeah, it's fortified milk they're using. It's pasteurized. It's dead, and then they fortified it. What are you getting there? It's synthetic. You don't even know if it works. The FDA says, the government says, okay, we have to fortify this food. Okay, so they fortify it. But it's synthetic. You don't know if this shit is really working. See what I mean? You're not knowing if your body is uptaking this stuff, these so-called additives and things, fake vitamins and minerals in there that they added.
Vitamin C.
They're synthetic. I don't even know if the vitamins in the vitamin store work at all. It's not even regulated. It's all garbage. A lot of it's fake in there.
Potassium. French fries. It's full potatoes. Okay? It is.
I mean, you're at the point where you're eating such an artificial diet. It's so artificial at this point. Why do you think deaths are up? People are dying. People are infertile now. You're devolving because you're moving so far away from your natural diet that it's so artificial at this point that it's, yeah, why would you live longer? Why wouldn't you die? You see what I mean? Why wouldn't it cause you all these strange diseases? There's a deficiency. A machine can't run if it's not taken care of with oil and specific things. It'll just die.
Potatoes are a very rich source of vitamin C, potassium, all sorts of stuff. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, the problem with potatoes, they too are high in oxalates, so they're anti-nutrient. That is the problem, what I discovered. Plus, yeah, it will increase insulin, most likely it's a slow going insulin. It's not spiking. That's probably the better part of it. But it still has oxalates in it, man. You understand me? These oxalates wreak havoc on your body. It's incredible.
Left there. They've just deep fried it in some oils. Now, because they've deep fried it in some, vegetable oils, it probably has a decent amount of omega-6.
What? He's crazy. That's bad for you. Omega-6 is bad for you. And they deep fried it in seed oils, which is not your natural diet.
People will make this argument.
And remember, it's ultra processed.
About damaged omega-6, it hasn't actually always panned out that well in research. Okay, it's just that now it has an enormous calorie load, and they've thrown a bunch of salt in it, and they've added enormous amounts of fat calories. Okay, hamburger, white bread is actually pretty high in a lot of B vitamins. There's a lot of stuff in there. Maybe not as good as some whole wheat, but it's still there.
Man, that's not the same wheat that people were eating, I don't know, decades ago, because it's so fucking GMO'd, man. It's crazy.
Right. The meat, we got a lot of protein, a lot of fat soluble vitamins in there.
The meat's not even meat, man. It's made up of like 10% meat, probably. Even the cheese is like 10%. What else? What's the rest of it? Something artificial, bro. Yeah.
You're gonna have your B12, quite a bit of potassium. See where we're going with this?
Is he like rowing now, like 10 5-pound plates on each side there? The bar? What's going on here, coach? We're moving down in the world, eh? Thought we were moving up.
Right? Let's say that cheeseburger, well, they got some calcium in there, some extra vitamin A. You got some lettuce and pickles that'll fill.
So you lift according to the muscle size? See, your biceps are small, right? So that's the most they can handle, the capacity they can handle, because they're tiny. Yeah.
And fill in a little bit of the gaps for the phytonutrients. The issue is all the added fat and refined sugar. Okay, that's the problem. It's not a lack of vitamins and minerals in there. And if you think about it, if that's one of the 3 meals you eat for the day, what are you deficient in? Let's say take the milkshake out and just fill the soda in, which is just sheer empty calories, 50% fructose by calorie, which is horrific. That's a horrific nightmare. So let's throw that in, pull the milkshake out. But what did you have for breakfast? What if they had a bowl of cereal? All right? Let's say you ate a bowl of corn.
You know, you can get this body that he has, his body. He could have just got that by eating carnivore diet straight. He didn't even have to do any of this lifting. His body is if anything, is subpar at best. Look, it's an ordinary body. The lifting, what he's doing here is just, I don't know. It's just to do what? Wear your body out, accelerate aging, stresses the fuck out of you. He's just wasting his time. If he's, man, look, when I want to change my body, I just go straight carnivore, and it just changes so fast. It has nothing to do with the lifting. See what I mean? Lifting, to get specific things from lifting, you have to do specific modalities. Look, if you want artificial muscles, these sarcoplasmic muscles, then eat bowls of potato. If you want ultrastructural muscle injuries, then focus on micro-injuring the muscle. Protein synthesis is extended for that entire week of blood levels. So you focus then later on growing the muscle. That's all. There's just specific things you want to do. Fiber splitting, try lifting really heavy weight, man. Powerlifting. Yeah, it's really simple. You want creatine muscles, water, 5 pounds, eat some creatine, bang. Maybe helps with some muscularity, I don't know. But it's a temporary and it's fake. You want some inflammatory muscles? Keep chronically lifting in the gym. You'll get these inflammatory muscles. Yeah, get lactic acid, whatever. You want blood flow? Tie up the limbs and you get blood flow, the stupid blood flow shit, restriction. More phony muscles. So yeah, there's so many ways. You want isometric, you want to expand through gravitational loading, expand your body a bit. It won't show up that much. Maybe if you keep doing it over time, yeah, walking with a heavy weight on your back for miles or just standing under a heavy weight. Basically standing under it in the gym and count to a couple of hundred. Yeah, just go do that every day. Isometric, there you go. you'll expand. But you can only expand so far with the resources that you're eating. You still have to eat a lot. If you want to get muscles bigger, protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown in real muscles. Want to get phony muscles, blow them up like a penis pump? Sarcoplasmic, potatoes, eat shitloads of it and lift. Yeah, you'll get all these things. You want to get recomped like what he's trying to do here? Simple, just go on carnivore diet. Every woman that I know did it, she got back her body really quick. Yeah, because they were eating herbivore.
Flakes with some milk in it. Well, there you got all your vitamin D, your calcium, magnesium, whatever vitamins they fortified the corn.
I would say that if you truly want a very high nutrient food, liver is probably your best bet. Cow liver. Yeah. And there are ways of, if you can't eat it raw, there are ways to drink it raw. You could make a raw smoothie shake. There's recipes online on YouTube to make liver shakes. They're pretty good. Saladino, Dr. Saladino, he's got a good, if you go to his channel, he has a good one. He shows you how to make it. He's got some business or something arrangement with somebody, and he was showing how to make these smoothies. Yeah, raw smoothies.
With. All right.
Well, in some Asian countries, they actually sell real chicken powder, like it's in these packages. I think it's in Thailand. I can't remember now. In Thailand, they have in Asia, they sell like all kinds of animal products. They're dried chicken and stuff, beef. Yeah, you can literally mix it with water and drink it. Yeah, there's some people, they'll blend meat. They'll blend it because they'll blend the shit out of it in a blender and then drink it because they say they have no time to sit there and eat it because they need so much protein. Yeah. So you could do that as well. Look, you could take raw meat, clean it up really nice, blend it in a blender, right? Some water, and you can literally drink raw meat. It'll be all blended up. So it won't give you that thought in your head that, oh, I'm eating raw meat, type of thing. So yeah, there's all kinds of ways to do it.
So if you've got that, and then they grabbed the terrible fast food lunch, what is it you think they're particularly deficient in? And let's say the person eats a decent meal for dinner, some steak and potatoes, whatever, right?
Again, the glycogen, the potatoes will convert to glycogen. It'll be uptaken super, super fast in your system. That's the first thing that will get absorbed. Look, if you're working out, whatever you're eating, that is the first thing that will be absorbed. So truly you really want to eat a lot of protein before you work out and after you work out to compensate for that breakdown and then to compensate for the uptake, because now there's an open window for protein synthesis. You want to uptake, you want to grow muscle. See what I mean? You want to counteract this breakdown in the gym by eating a lot of protein before you go in there. See what I mean? And then eat after for growth. Yeah. Because you've got a window. But you have to stay anabolic throughout the day. If anytime you're deficient in protein and there's a breakdown, you're not building muscle anymore. You're breaking down muscle.
Spaghetti with maybe some vegetables in the sauce. Whatever it is that person eats for dinner.
Spaghetti with sauce. It's such a slave diet, man. Spaghetti and bread is such garbage.
American type diet. All right. Now, is what I described as that. So let's just call it pasta. We'll call it spaghetti with, vegetable sauce and, some meat and noodles.
Garbage.
What are they deficient?
That's why he has man boobs, because he's been eating that.
like what?
He's becoming sarcopenic, and he has these man boobs because of this deficiency, what he's doing to his body. He thinks he can put anything in there. And the truth is, you eventually learn as you get older that you can't do that. The party is over at some point. You know that? Your body can only keep you alive for so much longer. You abusing it like that because you want to put whatever you want in the pie hole. Huh.
Vitamins and minerals do you think the person's deficient in who ate that? Well, none. The problem problem is they got a bunch of refined sugar. They got a bunch of extra unnecessary refined fats in their diet. They didn't lack vitamins and minerals. Now, this person is eating a terrible diet, but they're not nutrient deficient. They have an excess of calories. They have an excess of nutrients. They have an excess of specific carb and fat types that are probably far from ideal, far from healthy.
And if you have such an excess of these nutrients and everything, then why is everybody sick, Blaha? Why are they suffering? Why are they aging so badly? Why? If we're so not deficient and they're getting so many vitamins and minerals.
All right, this, what I just described, particularly they throw in a dessert, because everyone's got to have that dessert, which, by the way, your cheesecake has vitamins and minerals in it. Your ice cream has vitamins and minerals in it. It's just there's a lot of...
Your cheesecake has vitamins and minerals in it. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Refined stuff. Do you see where we're going here? So what I just described, maybe their intakes of stuff isn't optimal for vitamins and minerals, but they're not big deficiencies. If a person eats what I just described, the cornflakes and milk, the burger, fries, and soda, the cheeseburger with some veggies on it, fries and soda. Remember, the fries are still a vegetable. It's a potato, guys. Potatoes are extremely nutritious. It's just been fried in oil. That's the problem.
No, potatoes aren't really nutritious. I mean, yes and no. They have some benefits, but the problem is they're anti-nutrient, bro. They have oxalates, bro. They build up in your body over time. That's why you're aging. You look so aged. See what I mean? Stopped aging at 25. You're not aging. So what's causing you to age? Because the mechanisms of defense are being turned on constantly by eating these things that you're not supposed to, and so they age you. Yeah. And they just wreak havoc on your body over time. They'll come back to haunt you when you reach the age of 40. Yeah.
And a bunch of extra salt thrown in. And then they eat some spaghetti or whatever for dinner. All right. We're getting at least a minimal intake of all the vitamins and minerals. That's not the issue. They're not deficient. They may not be optimal. Definitely not optimal on the phytonutrients and antioxidants and stuff. You're not getting that from a vitamin either. Okay? But they're not deficient. And this is not...
Salt eats up viruses. This is what it does. It can't exist in the same environment as salt. Viruses, yeah. It actually could dehydrate you too. It sucks water and stuff. Dries you out. So yeah, they use it for everything in the past. They use it on raw meat, all kinds of meats. They put salt on it. Would definitely kill bacteria and viruses. Again, it can't occupy the same space with salt. Salt's amazing. Yeah. If you get a wound or something, you can throw salt on that wound to prevent an infection or bacterial infection.
Since that people use to sell you products, you're not deficient.
In the past, many people would do that. They would use salt and put it on a wound, and that would prevent infection or bacterial infection, any kind of infection or something. People died of infections because, your skin is meant to keep you alive, but if it's penetrated in some way, you can get an infection and die. So I say, well, people could live for such a long time. They could live a long time, but at any point, if they got a scratch or something, an infection, you could die. Yeah.
Now that person would have more...
Of course, we have modern medicine now, so we don't have to go through all that.
Optimize intake on a more whole food diet, absolutely. Absolutely. And they wouldn't have all the excess garbage, all the refined fructose, all the refined saturated fat, all the refined oils. Okay? That's the problem. That is why we have the health problems. The excess...
How does Coach know about all these things? He must be eating all these weird foods.
of those things. All right, guys, But that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
Coach, why don't you put on a toupee, man? I think you'd look amazingly handsome with a toupee. I don't know what it is, but he looks like a member of LGBTQ community. They kind of all look like that, don't they? Yeah, they're all fairly high estrogen. Anyways, tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Americans, in my opinion, are they deficient in vitamins? They are deficient. That's why they're having problems now. Constantly.